Hello. Okay, here I am out and about, enjoying the fresh air, just having a bit of quiet time on a walk outside in nature, enjoying all those benefits. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick one about a post I made last week. So start of last week I talked about how I was feeling a bit sluggish, a bit tired, a bit run down. And again, it's that time of year, obviously the clocks have changed now, the nights are drawing in, it's a lot darker. And that's a little bit more sad, seasonal affect disorder. So this isn't really about this. This was just about feeling a bit generally out of sorts. And I had this niggly headache. Now that could be stress, it could be lots of different things. But these days I rarely get ill, so touch wood. Since I've got this Work Smarter system, it's all about that balance. So, if you're pushing too hard all the time, your immune system gets a bit, your body's going to push back sooner or later. And obviously body and mind is connected, as we know. The body's not going to do what the mind won't tell it. But yeah, so I was struggling a little bit. And, I don't get colds anymore. I very rarely get headaches or anything like that. Because it's all about the recovery, about working smarter. And if you're smashing yourself into oblivion every time you work out, that's not good for your health. And obviously we're about health and longevity, which you'll know if you've been following for a while. Obviously now it's just about to start raining as well, which is quite invigorating. But so I had to kind of suss out why I had this sort of niggly headache. I couldn't understand it. And obviously I'm exercising, I'm still doing all the things I do. And what it came down to was hydration. It was as simple as that. I was still doing all the things I was doing, but because the temperature's dropped slightly now we're sort of approaching November or into November, the temperature's dropped, say the nights are drawing in. So hydration, subconsciously we tend to drink less because it's colder. So hydration levels are all important. So, because it can affect fatigue, your mood, your well-being, headaches. And a lot of people also confuse hunger with dehydration. So they reach for food and so on and so forth. So if you're feeling a bit sluggish, a bit out of sorts, water is always the go-to. And a little tip. So yeah, I just wasn't mindful. Mindful is the key word. So I wasn't mindful of my water consumption, all this kind of stuff. So a little tip I use is have a litre bottle of water that I buy. I buy a new one every now and again, plastics and all that kind of stuff. It's not good to keep using the same bottle. So every now and again, but obviously I recycle. So every now and again I get a new bottle of water, and I drink 1 litre and I refill every day. So I attempt to drink 2 litres. There's also that element of have a big glass of water first thing in the morning, which is great for kickstarting your metabolism. It's come to the end here, so I'm going to go back the other way now. So it's great for kickstarting your metabolism. It's also good for your internal organs, water. It's amazing water. It's going to speed up your metabolism, the rate at which you're burning calories. It's great for your, add a little bit of lemon. It's great for liver health, kidneys, all that kind of stuff. So I have a glass first thing, kickstarts. That's usually about 500 millilitres. I have a glass with my dinner. And then I know I'm getting between 2 or 3 litres a day. Another thing you could do if you drink lots of tea and coffee, you could try having 1 glass of water with each cup of tea you drink, that kind of stuff. So it's just about being mindful. But yeah, and I just wanted to touch on what I didn't talk about was sports drinks as well. So hydration, people use electrolytes, all that kind of stuff. But I've had it before with guys that come in on the group training, and they kind of, they're there to build a strong, athletic, pain-free body. It's all about that correct balance, pain-free movement, building strength through strength, and mobility, as opposed to just brute strength where you're battering yourself, caning the metabolism. But yeah, caning your immune system and so on. But yeah, so they come in and they bring these sports drinks, and one guy actually had 2 Lucozade Sports, and another time that not even a sport version, just standard glucose sugar Lucozade. Now, if you're only training, we do 45 minutes daily, and again, it's got that correct balance. But if you're only training for an hour in the gym or 45-minute session, water is sufficient, because all you're doing is, if you're looking to lose a bit of fat or just tone up or build, if you're just adding with all this sugar, you're just adding more calories that you don't need. Now, the only thing I would say about that is if you're working out or exercising for more than an hour to 90 minutes, more than that, then yes, which is why you see footballers and things take on these sports drinks, extra time, that kind of stuff. But realistically, you only need water. So maybe consider that. But it's all about being mindful. Well, everyone's out, helicopters a lot. But yeah, it's all about being mindful, and all mindset really is just taking care of yourself a little bit better. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Think about your water consumption, think about your hydration levels, especially if you're feeling a bit sluggish, and stay mindful of it in these colder months. So until the next time, later.